So it's fairly early Saturday morning. My children aren't up yet, but I'm out here because I want to get this part of it done before they're up and about. So I'm climbing like a bank. Huh. Welcome to another misty morning here in the English countryside. The wildlife is busy out there today. It's Saturday morning. You'd think they want to have a lie-in. So misty. It's perfect. It looks cosy in there. But it's so lovely out here right now. So this week is slightly different because I am now starting to get ready for Christmas. But first I've got some housekeeping. So next week we're going to do the review of our first Cherry's Nook Book Club. And this is the book, The Thursday Murder Club. So you've got a week to finish reading it. I mean, you don't have to finish it. We can discuss it anyway. But if you are going to join in, I'll post it's not really a review, is it? It's more like a chat, a chat about the Richard Osman book in next week's vlog. Something else I'm doing, and I think I'm bonkers for doing this, but I've really enjoyed it. I've put together almost like an advent calendar of emails that I've written that contain like every day from the 1st of December up until Christmas Day, so you'll get one on Christmas Day as well, of things that you can do on certain days in December. So on the 1st there'll be don't forget to do this, you can do that. On the 2nd there'll be another, right up until Christmas Day. So we're thinking little tips for your home, recipe ideas, organisational tips, downloads. I've put them together already. Like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years, so I kind of know Christmas. And I just want to invite you to sign up for those emails so that you get them. It might help remind you to put something on a shopping list or get something done that you had forgotten about. So it's just like my sort of guide to Christmas. The link is in the description. Sign up to those and they will start coming out on the 1st of December. You can unsubscribe at the end of Christmas. It doesn't matter. But if you want an English country Christmas delivered to your inbox from the 1st to the 25th, then I would love to have you. I am now starting to get ready for Christmas. So I'm starting incredibly early because I've got two spaces that I need to decorate. One is the deli and the other is the cottage. I'm starting early because it's retail. You know, the shops always start really early. But what I thought I'd do is to literally show you everything, just in case there were things along the way that you might like to do at home yourself. So I'm going to show you every little detail. Some of these details or the things that I do will be just ridiculously simple. And you might think that they're almost too simple to show. But I just want you to see the whole process from start to finish, in case there's something along the way that you think to yourself, well, this would look great in my house. I'll do that, but I won't do this. So you can, it's like a pick and mix. You can pick and choose portions of it, or all of it, or some of it, or just one or two things that you might like to do in your own home. So I've been doing this for almost 30 years. And I love Christmas and I love homemaking, and I'm a business owner, so I don't, you know, my job is running the business. But this I really enjoy doing. So this is almost not my hobby, but it's my passion and my love. So I am so happy to share this with you, and I hope that you get as much joy from it as I will sharing it. I'm positive that lots and lots and lots will go wrong along the way, but I'm also quite certain that there might be some things that you can do at home as well. Okay, let's get going. So it's actually half term here in the UK right now. I am now going to go and visit an enormous warehouse full of props that is used by the film and television industry, but also used by amazing stores like Ralph Lauren when it comes to dressing their shops sort of seasonally. So I'm going to see if I can pick up some wintry bits for the windows. I'm also going to go along to an auction house, a local auction house. There are some bits that I've seen that I've been after for home for a very long time, and they've come up, and I've not really done this before. I usually just buy them outright. But the prices at auction are so reasonable compared to even charity shops nowadays, that I'm going to take the plunge and see how I get on. So come with me. Be cozy. So today's the day I start decorating the deli and the bakery for Christmas properly. We're into November, so I've got no excuse now. And also it takes a long time to do all of this stuff. So I'm going to start by going out into the garden and getting some greenery to put around the edges of the deli itself outside. We put the lights up last weekend, so you can see how I'm going to decorate it properly. It's drizzling outside, of course it is. It's November in the English countryside. So it's fairly early Saturday morning. My children aren't up yet, but I'm out here because I want to get this part of it done before they're up and about. So I'm climbing like a bank to try and get these branches, because this particular conifer bush tree thing is growing. It's not meant to be there. So I think that putting these branches to good use down at the deli is a good thing, to quote an icon. There it is, up there. That's my target. So what we've got here are two little sprigs that I've tied together with wire. So how I do that is, it's very sort of casual. It's rough and ready. It really doesn't matter. We're just making the garland. So I just wrap it with some florist wire around like that, and then the other way around like that. And I leave enough to twist at the top. Let's have a look. To twist at the top like that, and then tuck it round. Now these conifer branches are really light, they're very lightweight, so that's perfect for this. Once we've got several branches like this, all tied together with their wire, we then tie these together, but we do it almost like halfway down the stem, the branch, because we're then attaching them all together like this to make a long garland. So we have our two branches here that we've tied together with the wire, and then what we're going to do is place it about halfway down the stem like that, and then tie those two together. Gosh, it's really wet. So that's loosely held like that, so we can sort of fluff the branches out. Is tie that to the lights that are around the edge of the deli, and then I'll do another one there. Our cozy drinks menu. It's very cozy down here. Come on in for a cozy hot chocolate. So something I've been doing lately when hanging prints or pictures on the walls is not framing them, but instead attaching ribbon to the back and just hanging them that way. It saves me having to rush to find a frame and then find the wrong one, but also it allows me to put pictures up and kind of decide where they go, move them about, and then spend time looking for frames. But also I really like the use of ribbon at Christmas. I think it's really sweet. Now I want to put this up in the sitting room. I've got a place that I want it to go, and I'm going to show you how I attach the ribbon and what it looks like once I've hung it up. Okay, so I've cut a length of ribbon, and that is cut to the length that I want it to be cut to, so that it hangs at the right height, the correct height. I've got my trusty glue gun. Oh gosh, it's going everywhere. This I got from Woolworths, so you can see how long I've had it for, because sadly Woolworths doesn't really exist anymore. Okay, you pop some glue at the corner of the picture, and then you pop the ribbon in place just there, and then take a look at it and just see that you've got your ribbon measuring correctly, so you know that it will hang nicely and it will look the same on both sides. And then just do the other side. So we've got this here, get it equal, there we are, and then pop that on there like that. And there we have her. So she's ready to be hung up. I've got two pictures here that I've added ribbon to the back of, and I'm just going to pop them up here. I'll leave them there over Christmas, and I'll have a think about them in the spring. And if I find the right frames, then I'll frame them. But for now, I know that I like them in that position, but for now, I'm really happy with them. I also put a ribbon on this print here. I'll show you where I've hung it up. So this one goes right here. Above the fire. Yes, so it sits there like that. It's not really a dead space as such. As soon as I added that picture there, it filled a gap, and I was delighted by how it looked. So there's a really handy little sort of shelf built into the brickwork of the hearth up there, and it's perfect for decorating, especially at this time of year. So as I mentioned at the start, I'm getting a tiny bit Christmassy, just some tiny touches that might inspire you. You might think, oh yeah, that would look nice in my house. And this one is using pine cones. These pine cones are going to sit just here with the candle behind them, so that the glow from the candle just sort of peeks through like that. I've got a few here on the other side like that, and they look really sweet. There will be a garland along there in just a few weeks' time. I've got this sweet little candle holder here, little old-fashioned enamel candle holder, and I put pine cones around the bottom of it like that. And then as time goes on and we get closer to Christmas, I add tiny little baubles and some little snowflakes. No one is saying this is magazine-worthy decorating, but it's simple touches like this, ones that you might not even notice, that just make the whole house feel cozier. They're not obvious, they're not over the top, and like I said, your guests might not even notice, but all of these tiny touches add up to the whole house. And it's things like this that make your home really cozy. Yesterday, Ned and I made baked s'mores, and we used shop-bought marshmallows, which is great, they're amazing. But how would you like to make your own? And how would you like them to be salted caramel marshmallows? These are delicious, luxurious, tasty, silky marshmallows with a delicious hint of salted caramel. And they're really easy to make. Let's go. You need 100 ml of cold water. Add that to a bowl. To that bowl, add 3 packs of gelatin. Each pack is 12 grams. It's very important that you add the gelatin to the water, not the water to the gelatin. You can put the gelatin to one side to set. You now need a fairly small but heavy bottomed saucepan. To the saucepan, add 280 grams of caster sugar. It went everywhere. To the sugar, you're going to add 200 ml of light vanilla flavoured corn syrup. I'll show you the bottle. It's this one, and I got this in the UK from Amazon. You want a pinch of salt and 100 ml of cold water. Give that a stir. Okay, so now here's the important bit. You're going to need a sugar or a candy thermometer. You're going to heat this up to 240 degrees exactly. 240 degrees on here is labelled as soft crack. That's what you want. Oh, I'm laughing. It's not soft crack, it's soft ball. It's all labelled on your candy thermometer. You have to put your candy thermometer into this before you start heating this up. The thermometer has to heat up gradually along with the sugar and corn syrup. It's absolutely vital that you heat your sugar syrup up slowly. It's also like molten lava. Keep stirring the mixture from the bottom of the pan whilst it's heating up and whilst it's cooking. You don't want it to burn the pan. This is bubbling away nicely. I'm waiting for it to get to 240 degrees exactly, but it's under control. Now we need a mixer with a whisk attachment. You need your softened gelatin and you need to pop that into the bowl. The moment it hits 240 degrees, take it off the heat and pour the sugar syrup mixture in with the gelatin. Be very careful. You're then going to slowly whisk the gelatin and the sugar syrup together, starting on a very, very low speed. You're going to whisk it until it cools right down, and that will take about 15 to 17 minutes. Wait till you see what it looks like after that. This has been whisking on the fastest speed for about 17 minutes. There we are. That looks like marshmallow to me. But I just want to add some flavour to it. I've got some caramel flavouring from the supermarket, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of it to this marshmallow mixture. Okay, so our marshmallows are ready to be set. I'm taking an 8 by 12 inch baking dish like this, and I'm going to cover the bottom in icing sugar. You want a really, really thick layer because otherwise your marshmallows will stick. It's a messy job, but can you see how thick the icing sugar is on the bottom of the dish? You're now going to tip your marshmallow mixture into your baking dish. Spread your mixture out evenly in the baking dish, getting into all the corners. Once you've got your marshmallow as flat as possible on the top, we're going to add another thick layer of sifted icing sugar. It's a great time to do a taste test. You can now either leave this overnight, depending on when you're making it, or just for sort of 4 or 5 hours. So I'm going to leave it to one side, uncovered, not in the fridge. The marshmallows have been sat here for about 5 hours now. You now need to get a knife and loosen the marshmallow away from the edges of the dish. You can lift up a corner once you've done all the edges and just try to peel it off the bottom of the dish. This is why we use so much icing sugar, because it's sticky business. Here we go. Ready for cutting. Don't get rid of all the sugar that's left in the dish, you'll need that. Last one. Gone a bit wonky on this one. So once you cut them in the shape and size that you want, dip them in the excess sugar and you get rid of all those sticky edges. And now they're all done. My deluxe homemade silky salted caramel marshmallows. You can pop a stick through them and give them individually wrapped, or you could put several in a bag and give those, or a gift box, but also you can pop them onto a stick and roast them over the bonfire. It's a lovely time of year, and these marshmallows, not only do they make your kitchen smell absolutely wonderful, but they're a really nice thing to be able to make. back home in the warm, egg and bacon sandwich, drenched in ketchup, and a huge mug of tea. That should do it for getting cozy on a wet November Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love, and I'll see you next week.